points, but during the match it looked like we might lose, but who knows, it might come to a draw at the end.
And after all, cricket is such a game that you're never really sure which way it'll go down to until you're down to your penultimate, to your last over itself. Unfortunately, rain did hinder today's play. Now, when it comes to like the spirit, keeping it all up, because you're here for the past 2 days as well. You're here today. How is that?
Well, the main thing is that this souvenir, like the sales, it goes to school, right? So that's what we keep in our hearts. That's what we keep in our heads. Each souvenir is for school. So we do something for school. With that spirit onwards, it drives us forward, and yeah, we go for more sales.
All right. So, which grade are you guys in roughly? Grade 10 and above. So, of course, we are going to be seeing you after you've graduated from your school as well here at the big matches as well. So, have you guys maybe like already thought of a tent for your batches?
Well, it depends. You have different tents and you have different age groups in that particular tent. So I don't know. I've probably thought of SSC down for my first few years after school, and then I'll probably move on to other tents afterwards.
Yeah, same here. SSC down the first few years after school and maybe something else. And by the last few years, maybe Mustangs.
Maybe the Mustangs eventually. Well, thank you so much, boys. And also good luck with, I'm sure you still have a bit more work left. And I hope that you guys get a few umbrellas if you can. See, that's actually a very good souvenir option for you next time around. Umbrellas. People will just go, give me that, without any issues. Thank you so much. Hi, Mr. Milinda. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. I'm the chairman of the media committee this year. My co-chair is Nallaya Devarajan, who has in fact played for Royal.
Did you play yourself?
No, I am a very keen spectator. I have never missed a Royal Thomian, and I have seen majority of the school matches where St. Thomas's has played from 1959.
I see. So, you being the chairman this time around with regards to the media, I'm assuming you're the best person to let us know the current situation of the match.
Yes, unfortunately we have been rain affected. So the adjudicators will declare whether the match is called off, which is very likely. The time is 1:30. That's the likely result, where the field is flooded, and thereafter the award ceremony will take place.
Okay, so when it comes to organizing the Battle of the Blues, how much of time is needed? How many months before do you start?
That's a very good question. There are 25 old boys from Royal and 25 old boys from St. Thomas's. We meet as early as October, and then we get going planning this event. Though it has very many committees, sponsorships, ground arrangements, media, for the food, etc., etc. It's a very big organization, and we work very unitedly, and the profits are shared by both colleges equally.
Okay, so like you said, it starts from October. So when it comes to a lot of people who never come to a big match, they'd want to know a little bit about the tents, the stables, so to speak. Could you just tell us a bit about it?
Fine. As much as possible, we try to make them joint tents, because if you try to segregate Royal and St. Thomas's into separate tents, it's not proper. To the greater majority, it is done together, but there are few that just have their identity, and they have to apply to the ground arrangements for their tent space, and then they pay a certain amount of money, but they have guiding rules to observe, which is given by the organizing committee, and then we are thankful to SSC. We abide by their rules as well and regulations, and the match goes on. So this is the 136th year uninterrupted, and this is the second oldest school game in the world.
Actually, cricket series as a whole, in fact.
No,
longer than the Ashes.
No, the Ashes are, I think, 2 years before us, and there's a match in Australia, that a school match, which is also uninterrupted during the war, etc., and that is 1 year more than us.
And one more thing with regards to the tents, I've noticed that all of them have different terms for horses.
Very interesting. You see, this tent started with Mustangs many years ago, and from Mustangs came Colts. I was one of the first members at Colts, I remember, and then it became, some of them moved out to Stallions. So the same thing to do with that continues, thoroughbreds, stables, etc. I think it has just continued, not that there's any significance, but starting from Mustangs and respecting them. And our 50 overs game, which is played every year, this is since 1975, it's also played for the Mustangs Trophy.
Wow, so there's a lot of history as well, which we learned today. The match referee for the Battle of the Blues, it is none other than Mr. Brendan Kurupu. Thank you, sir, for joining us on Out and About.
Welcome. It's unfortunate that the game has to be called off so early. We have lost almost more than 3 sessions of the whole game, so it's unfortunate that a game like this has to end this way.
And today did see a lot of excitement as well with the Royalists going in. Would you have expected maybe a decision on the match would have been able to be concluded today itself?
Definitely. I thought starting from the day one, St. Thomas's would have been more positive playing that 25 overs, and they would have collected maybe another 20-25 runs. They would have had an opportunity for them to go for a little bit more runs yesterday and maybe declare a little bit early and get a match of it. But the way it looked like, if you have played all 3 sessions and if you had continued till 6 o'clock, definitely there would have been some sort of a close encounter with some excitement.
One thing I always wanted to ask a match referee is, being that role of a match referee, how difficult or how much of concentration do you need to pull off your job?
Yeah, as a match referee, you're basically in charge of the whole the grounds, and you need to be aware of what's happening. You need to concentrate and watch each and every ball, and you need to take down notes what's happening. So they've done an incident, so we need to have proper inquiry and take whatever the disciplinary actions according to the rule book. So that's the role of the match referee, but the game is controlled by the 2 on-field umpires and the 2 captains. So the 2 captains and the umpires are doing their job, then the match referee has an easier role. But when the opportunity comes in for the match referee to step in when the things are not going well, and that's a difficult role.
For you, overall, as when it comes to just enjoying the match, maybe just as like a spectator, I'm assuming that you did enjoy it.
Yes, definitely. This is my second game as an official, as match referee. In 2013, when Royal won that big match, I was also here as a match referee. So I can see the same amount of the enthusiasm, but the game itself is improving a little bit, and the professionalism is quite bringing in. And I should thank the advisory committees of both Royal and St. Thomas's for their eager to improve the cricketing standards. So basically, it will go from strength to strength, I would accept.
Okay, so you were saying about inquiries and maybe any codes which have been broken. Were there any of that nature, so to speak, or was it all fair play?
When you look at there were a little bit of minor incidents where the on-field umpires handled it, and then I had spoken to the captain several times. But it was overall, I would congratulate both teams, and I must accept the fact that the both captains cooperated excellently, and they did a great job of handling their team, and the spirit of the game was maintained. Minor incidents, but overall I would say both captains and both teams cooperated very well and had a great game.
Thank you.
This is the only one you actually can call a big match.
Mr. Chris, thank you so much for joining us. You're one of the committee members of the Stallion Tent. For how many years have you been coming to the Battle of the Blues?
Well, I've been here except for my stint in England for 6 years, from a time I was about 6 years old, which goes back a long time, but I won't divulge how many years.
I wasn't going to ask. So, what's it like every year since you've surely been here for many years. From then to now, how has the experience changed and the game itself for you?
As a matter of fact, I was a committee member and a past president of the Colts Tent, which is for those who are between the years of 25 and 40. And then 19 years ago, we formed the Stallions Tent for those over 40. So we're celebrating our 20th year next year. The tent comprises of 200 Royalists and 200 Thomians, and the committee comprises of 6 Royalists and 6 Thomians. And I've been on the committee from day one. I'm the senior most Royalist in the committee. And it's a great crowd. It's a wonderful atmosphere. And the brotherhood between the Thomians and the Royalists is one of the most important things that we foster. In terms of what has changed, well, obviously technology has changed a lot. So the tents have got better and a lot of more money is being spent. And whatever money we make out of the tent, and that comes out of sponsorship, we give back to the schools. We run projects in the 2 schools and we give it back to the schools.
That's fantastic. And over these past couple of days for you, what did you feel of the match?
Well, it's a shame that rain washed us out. I, being a Royalist, said, thank you. The rain saved St. Thomas's, but I'm sure the Thomians will think differently.
Yeah, I think the Thomians would disagree with you there, but then that is, of course, no surprise.
And it is, end of the day, a lot of us are here. Okay, we love the match, and the result is nice, but that is not the be-all and end-all of life. When you are in school, as a schoolboy, it tends to be. But as you get older, there are more important things in life. So whatever the outcome of the match, to be able to meet classmates from yesteryear and renew relationships that you have lost over a long time, once a year at least. This year we have in our tent people who have flown in from America, the UK, Australia, Taiwan, Singapore, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and I think even South America.
Wow, so it's actually a diversity in its own right there.
Yeah, they're all schoolmates of ours who have come back for the 3 days to reunite and rekindle the friendship that they have with their old classmates.
It's a very emotional experience in itself.
Oh, absolutely. That's the emotional part. The cricket is not that emotional for us at our age.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I look forward to seeing you next year here as well.
We'll be here at the Stallions tent.
So we have Ajit joining us. Hi, Ajit. Welcome to Out and About. So you're a Royalist?
I'm a Royalist, yeah.
Okay.
I left school in 1995, and then ever since I've been coming to the match. I've missed a couple of years, but you know it's the time to meet my friends and all that. So yeah.
And which tent are you in?
Last 3 years we have our own tent, Group of 95.
So what's the name of the tent?
Group of 95.
Group of 95. Okay.
So earlier we used to from small days we used to come to the boys tent and all that. So we have been enjoying a lot, and this is the time to meet my friends and long lost friends. And then one of the wonderful things is a lot of people are coming down from people who have migrated, and then that they come there and then they come here and then meet, and then it's a wonderful event. And I need to say one thing: Thomians and Royalists have this relationship between them, so it's a massive thing.
And it's much different from when you are in school and once you come out of it, the relationship.
It's more. The relationship has built up more. So it's more than what we had when we were schooling. So yeah, I can say that it's more than ever.
Yeah.
And then now it's almost to this year. It's 20 years since we left school.
Yeah. That's a long time. That's a long. Oh, let me give you a second to take that in, man.
Never mind. But we're still young, right?
Yeah, of course.
Hard. And then so from my brother-in-law stage where I saw them as like, totally old and all that. Now I see the scene, right? So you never grow old with the friends and all that. So it's all brotherhood kind of thing.
Fantastic. So apart from that, I hope you got at least a glimpse of the match.
Yeah, I have.
What did you think of it overall?
Thank God for the rain gods.
I have quite a few people actually saying that to me. I can understand why. Of marsh and boat, before daylight, God's learning thrice. School where our fathers learned the way before us, learned of books and learned of men. True, we will do the same. True, our watchword. This day, we will learn of books and men and learn to play the game. Alright, so there you have it. We have a couple of royalists with us who are extremely enthusiastic. Yes, it rained. All of that happened, but they're of course light at heart.
And very spiritual, very spiritual.
And very spiritual too. How was the big match for you guys? The experience, meeting your classmates and so on and so forth.
Very sobering. Very, very sobering.
A little ironic.
As always, very good. As always, every year, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
And for how many years have you now been coming for the big match?
We've been coming actually. We've been coming every year since we've been in school. So it's been a long time.
I was out of the country, so this is my second time.
This is your second time, so it's like a reunion for you with your friends.
Yes, very much.
So they didn't decide to drag you on the mud, because we do see quite a few being dragged in the mud.
No. Didn't happen.
Not yet.
There's still time though, right?
That's the time. Lot of time. Lot of time.
So for you as well, what's the experience like coming for a big match?
Mainly meeting friends, having a good time, relaxed, no responsibilities for 2 days, huh? Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Is it true? Because now.
Take home. 5, 8, Royal!
This is the only one you actually can call a big match.